Good Shape, your weekly dose of health information on Deutsche Welle. Find out more about what's new in medical treatment, alternative medicine, as well as nutrition, wellness, and beauty. Medical professionals, therapists, and counselors are in our studio to offer their expert advice on In Good Shape.
With me in the studio today is Dr. Christian Kessler from the Emanuel Hospital here in Berlin. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the studio. You're a very specialist for relaxation techniques. Tell me first, please, what happens in the body when some people get leisure sick?
Well, first of all, what happens when we have stress, because that is very important, is that a lot of stress hormones are being released. For example, cortisol or the so-called catecholamines like adrenaline or noradrenaline, which we need to cope with stress. And so that's actually fine. The actual problem is if that kind of status keeps up too long and we're stressed for a too long period of time, we are more and more unable to get rid of stress and stress hormones, and our body reacts by being affected with certain health conditions, stress-related lifestyle health conditions.
So if going into relaxation could be harmful for me and my body, isn't it a good idea just to keep on being stressed?
That's an interesting question. But what is harmful is not to relax, but what is actually harmful is to be stressed all the time. Okay. So we have to start with the first thing, and that is continuous stress, in particular with high achievers, with workaholics, etc., who are unable to actually get the transition done between a work environment and a non-work environment. And that's actually the harmful thing. And that's where we have to start changing when we want health benefits to learn how to relax.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about how to learn how to relax and to reduce the stress. I got a viewer question from Saurabh Dua from India on Facebook, and he asks how I personally do relax. And I must say, I jog. I go for a run. Is this a proper way to relax?
It can be a very proper way to relax, and it's probably your way to relax, but it's probably not my way, and my way is probably a different way. So it's actually, there is not the one relaxation technique that's the adequate one for everybody, but it can be the one for you. But I would advocate if you try to relax through sports, to not exercise too much. In particular, if you're a workaholic and if you work, and then you say, now I'm going to run for 2 hours, or I'm going to do power yoga for 90 minutes. That's actually, the continuation of your stress story.
Right. So if you would ask my daughter, she's actually 9 years old, how she's doing her relaxation over the time, she would say, I'm sitting in front of the TV. Yeah, it's the same like our viewer, Thomas Splitter from the USA. He said, is watching TV a proper relaxation technique?
Well, let's say it certainly has some relaxing aspects to it, but smoking a cigarette also has a relaxing aspect to it. But the harms of smoking or unhealthy diet or continuous TV watching, outweighs the benefits. So to some extent it can be relaxing, but if you watch TV all day long, it turns against you.
Great. Dr. Kessler, there are significant effects of meditation. And you do meditate yourself, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I do Vipassana meditation, which stems from a Buddhist tradition, but can be practiced by anyone else also. And throughout the last 2 years, we had a baby 2 years back, it's become increasingly difficult to meditate on a regular basis. So I've discovered for myself that cooking at home and preparing wonderful meals and cutting the vegetables, etc., also has a very meditative quality. So that is also some kind of active meditation.
So it's not all about just sitting down and being silent. Meditation can be anything?
Absolutely. That's a very big misconception throughout the world, that when people hear meditation, they think meditation is only about sitting still for hours and hours on a meditation cushion. But that's only one way to meditate. There are so many different techniques of meditation. There's passive meditation techniques, there's active meditation techniques, like, for example, walking meditation, mindfulness meditation, or even martial arts can also be a form of meditation.
When I suggest to my patients that they should meditate to relieve stress or high blood pressure, for instance, some of them are just concerned that there's some religious thing about meditating, like Buddhists and so on. Can you meditate without being religious?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's true that every big religion on this planet has certain meditation traditions, but in particular in Western countries, there's many ways to meditate without having to be attached to any kind of religion or institution.
So if I want to learn how to meditate properly, how do I do this?
Go out, be active, trial and error. Yeah, that's actually the thing it is. You have to find it out for yourself. You have to become active and find out what the best technique is for you. And if you discover that the meditation technique that you have learned in a studio in your district is not suitable for you, then look for another one until you eventually find a technique that is suitable for you. So it really requires a lot of activity from your own side.
And can anyone learn it?
Yeah, in principle, everybody can learn it. That's also another misconception that you sort of have to be ready to meditate, or you have to have a specific personality in order to be able to meditate. But that's also not the case. Everybody is able to incorporate meditative techniques, mindfulness techniques into everyday life.
And are there some certain people for whom meditation is not suitable?
I would say in principle, no. But if you have psychological conditions, I would advise that you first consult a physician or a therapist and talk to him or her whether or not meditation is suitable for you at that point of time or not.
Right now you're a father of a baby and your meditation practice is going down. Just one small quick tip. How do you relax without meditation?
I just play with my kid. That's the best way to meditate.
This can be meditation too. Thank you, Dr. Kessler, for being with us in the studio. Thanks so much.